Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Infectious Madness of Dr. Dekker. Last episode, we talked to Bryce. Got a little bit more information. I don't think anything that really helps us out all that much, but we'll talk to Claire and see what we can discover. Hi, Claire. Clays.
It's the anniversary of my parents' death today. I went to the lake house. I always go to the lake house anyway, but it's also where they died.
When did they die? I think when she was young, right?
There's very little I'm not willing to talk about, Doctor. But I'm afraid I don't know anything about that.
Okay, back to our... Oh, maybe the...
It's the anniversary of my parents' death today.
Tell me about your parents' death.
I always go to the lake house anyway, but it's also where they died.
Tell me about your parents' death.
They died of carbon monoxide poisoning. I was staying at a friend's house. Otherwise, I would have died too.
That's convenient. Carbon monoxide poisoning? Question mark?
I'm not sure. It was a faulty boiler, I think.
Still another question here.
They died of carbon monoxide poisoning. I was staying at a friend's house. Otherwise, I would have died too.
You would have died too?
Perhaps we should change the subject. You seem to be struggling.
You're struggling. Tell me about your friend.
I don't remember my friend's name. She was a girl from my school. Vicky? Charlotte? It's not really important.
Wait, are we sure about that?
They died of carbon monoxide poisoning. I was staying at a friend's house. Otherwise, I would have died too.
It's convenient you didn't die.
Are you bored? Do you want me to talk about something else?
Tell me about your parents' death. We asked about the friend. We asked about carbon monoxide.
They died of carbon monoxide poisoning. I was staying at a friend's house. Otherwise, I would have died too.
Hold on.
I'm not sure. It was a faulty boiler, I think.
Did you break the boiler?
Sorry. I don't know.
Okay. I have nothing on that. Let's go back. Let's just go back to high.
It's the anniversary of my parents' death today. I went to the lake house. I always go to the lake house anyway, but it's also where they died.
Maybe how long have your parents been dead?
Sorry, I don't know anything about that.
All right, let's go. Let's move on to, tell me more about the lake house.
I stood for a while, looking across the water. It's peaceful there. It's the place that makes me feel the most. There was a girl there, by the lake, only about 9 or 10. She was fishing, if you can call it that, with one of those nets on a stick.
Tell me about the girl.
I don't know why I talked to her. She looked sad. I don't usually talk to children, but she seemed different, special. I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't I, Doctor?
I mean, yeah, technically, yes, you're allowed to talk to her. Is there a reason I shouldn't let you?
Good. It felt nice. I felt like I was being nice. I felt human. So I can find her and talk to her again, Doctor.
That seems weird, but yes, you can find her again.
Then I will. I'll look for her next time I'm there.
That seems creepy. Mind games achievement? What is that one for? Right, tell me about the girl. So there's more to this.
I don't know why I talked to her. She looked sad. I don't usually talk to children, but she seemed different, special. I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't I, Doctor?
Why did she seem special?
I don't know. I suppose she just reminded me of me. I spent a lot of time alone as a child. She said she was trying to catch some strange creatures that she's seen in the water.
Tell me about the strange creature in the water.
I don't know. Minnows, probably. Everything's strange when you're a child.
Right, so there's more about the. Tell me about the girl. Oh, something like how did she seem sad?
David had been hunting again, and well, she's seen some of the skins he hung around the lake house.
What kind of skins?
Animal
Please
skins.
elaborate. Oh, okay.
David hunts then skins. It's horrible, really. He's not really good at either job, so the skins still have great lumps of bloody carcass hanging off them. I'm sure he'll get better with practice.
Okay, so
David had been hunting again, and well, she's seen some of the skins he hung around the lake house.
David likes to hunt.
David wasn't there. Or at least I didn't see him. I didn't go inside. I forgot my key, and the spare was missing.
What happened to the spare key?
I'm sure I had a spare key for the lake house, but I can't find it anywhere. I don't really need one if David is around.
Okay, so that finished off everything there. So, right, tell me more about the lake house. Tell me about your parents' death. You know how? I swear I asked, like, when.
It's the anniversary of my parents' death today. I went to the lake house. I always go to the lake house anyway, but it's also where they died.
Maybe when is the anniversary of your parents' death?
It was 12 years ago. I was still very young.
Wait, how old are you now?
Too young to be an orphan anyway. I had to toughen up quickly.
Oh, all right. That didn't move anything. There's still something in there.
It was 12 years ago. I was still very young. Too young to be an orphan anyway. I had to toughen up quickly.
How young were you?
I see what you're trying to do, but I really don't know anything about that.
What am I trying to do? I just want to know, how did have to toughen up?
I was a young woman in possession of an enormous fortune. Lots of people, lots of men, saw that as an opportunity.
What kind of opportunity?
Some tried to seduce me. Some thought I wanted a new daddy. Most of them were the same age as my parents. And yet I'm the one here talking to you. I was a young woman in possession of an enormous fortune. Lots of people, lots of men, saw that as an opportunity.
Let's see. Well, we know she's already talked about having money, but you have an enormous fortune.
Yes, money. Everybody wants it, but what use is it really? Look at me. Am I happy? Am I loved? Am I living?
Okay, that didn't help at all. Hmm. Man, I don't know. Maybe, okay, let's start with where were you on Valentine's Day? And then next, maybe we'll move into Dr. Dekker.
The day Dr. Dekker was killed, I had a session with him in the morning at my usual time, 11 o'clock. That was the last time I saw him.
Oh, wait, there's more there.
The day Dr. Dekker was killed, I had a session with him in the morning at my usual time, 11 o'clock.
How'd you know that was the day he was
That
killed?
was the last time I saw him.
Tell me about the last time you saw him.
Dr. Dekker made me an offer that I couldn't refuse.
What?
I was taking it to the grave with me, though. As did he.
What? What? No, I cannot let that go.
Dr. Dekker made me an offer that I couldn't refuse. I'll be taking it to the grave with me, though. As did he.
What was the offer?
Dr. Dekker was more animated that day. Excited, even. He talked a lot.
What did he talk about?
I don't have an answer for you on that one.
What was the word she used?
Dr. Dekker was more animated that day.
How did he seem more
Excited, even.
animated?
He talked a lot.
How did he seem more animated?
Instead of his usual sarcasm and rebuttals, he seemed genuinely excited. Presumably he had a date.
Well, wait. Hold on. Where were you on Valentine's
The day
Day?
Dr. Dekker was killed, I had a session with him in the morning at my usual time, 11 o'clock. That was the last time I saw him.
Right, what did you do the rest of the day? What did you do Valentine's Day night?
Valentine's Day night, I was at the lake house, watching David, like I always do.
Wait. I feel like there's a lie in there somewhere. Hold on, what did I miss? I feel like I missed something.
I'm sure I had a spare key for the lake house, but I can't find it anywhere. I don't really need one if David is around.
But you didn't check if he was around. There's a lie in there. What were you watching David for?
He has trouble with his mental faculties and is getting worse. Yes. I'll watch him and make sure nothing bad happens.
Bad like what? Registrar achievement. I don't know what these mean. What did I do? Nothing. Okay, there's nothing there. So that's a dead end. Tell me about the lake house. Tell me about your parents' death and high. We're still back on high. All right, I'm gonna give each of these another listen and see what we can come up with. Tell me more about the lake
stood
house.
for a while, looking across the water. It's peaceful there. It's the place that makes me feel the most. There was a girl there, by the lake, only about 9 or 10. She was fishing, if you can call it that, with one of those nets on a stick.
I feel like there's a question about the little girl, and I don't know what. All right, we're gonna move on.
They died of carbon monoxide poisoning. I was staying at a friend's house. Otherwise, I would have died too.
I think she totally killed her parents.
It's the anniversary of my parents' death today. I went to the lake house. I always go to the lake house anyway, but it's also where they died.
I think I'm just gonna have to call that good. And move on to talking to Elin. Hi, Elin.
I haven't had a great day, to be honest.
Oh.
Someone accused me of stealing from my patients, which I would never do. Plus, Hilda's getting worse.
I don't know where I want to start with that.
I haven't had a great day, to be honest. Someone accused me of stealing from my patients, which I would never do. Plus, Hilda's getting worse.
Tell me about the stealing.
I think we've got a bit off track. Maybe you should check your notes.
No. Who thinks you're stealing?
I don't know. Are you happy, Doctor?
What? Yes, I'm happy. Wait, why didn't that question pop up?
You seem happy. You have a very positive
All right,
energy.
Let's start with Hilda, I guess. What? Okay, tell me what's going on with Hilda?
Hilda's the one I mentioned in our last session. She's dying. I can tell. I need to see her before it's too late.
Before it's too late?
To help her finish her unfinished business. People who are dying always have things they wish they could do before they go. We leave a lot of loose ends in our lives. We're very messy that way.
What loose ends does she have?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think
No.
I have any loose ends. I don't know what that says about me.
That didn't help.
To help her finish her unfinished business.
Oh, I guess unfinished business.
People who are dying always have things they wish they could do before they go. We leave a lot of loose ends in our lives. We're very messy that way.
How are we messy?
Dr. Dekker almost certainly had unfinished business. He didn't know he was going to die. But it's too late now. That's why I have to help Hilda while I can.
How can you help her?
Sorry, no.
How can you help Hilda? Ah! Before it's too late? Unfinished business. What? No, I asked what unfinished business?
Hilda wants to see her daughter.
Ah, there we go. Okay.
She's in Australia, so I'm going to have to use my talent.
What? What talent?
I can change my skin.
Here we go.
What I look like. I can turn into a patient's loved one. I just hold their hand and ask them to imagine that the person they want to see is sitting right here next to them, and become them. It's how I help them move on. That's how I comfort them.
That's how you comfort them?
I only shift at work to help my patients. I don't have any interest in using it as a party trick or to deceive anyone.
Okay. How do you change... What she said? Change your skin?
I don't know how it works. I just know that it does.
Just that it does.
I don't know how it works. I just know that it does. I only shift at work to help my patients. I don't have any interest in using it as a party trick or to deceive anyone.
Have you used it to deceive anyone?
I don't think I'm deceiving my patients when I shift. I'm helping them.
Okay, that wasn't really my question, but alright. Let's go back to high.
I haven't had a great day, to be honest. Someone accused me of stealing from my patients, which I would never do. Plus, Hilda's getting worse.
Maybe... Who accused you of stealing? I swear I asked this, though.
Of course, it was Terry that accused me
Yeah, I
of
assumed.
stealing. One of the other nurses, she's actually trying to make out that I'm some kind of HSK.
The heck is an HSK? What is an HSK?
Healthcare serial killer.
Oh.
You know, like those nurses that kill loads of their patients. I'm surprised you haven't heard of it.
Well, you know.
Anyway, because a few of my patients have died on me, and some of those patients have given me gifts.
Oh, this is getting
Terry
dicey
thinks
now.
it means that I've been killing them off.
What gifts have they given you?
This? Well, it started with this. It's a locket. Alice, one of my patients, gave it to me before she died.
What else have patients given her? Hold on. You're distracting me. Tell me about Alice. Well, hold on. Is there even any more to that? I'm assuming there, yeah.
Alice was one of my favourites. She never held back, spoke her mind about everything. But she had a wicked sense of humour.
Oh, nothing else. Okay. So what else have patients given you?
I have a few other things. A watch, a ring. One patient gave me a little china bird. They're not valuable, just trinkets, really.
Just trinkets?
Strictly speaking, all of the patient's belongings should be passed on to family members after they die. But Alice's son never visited. He didn't care about his mum. Why would he care about some worthless piece of jewellery? It just doesn't feel right to me. What do you think, Doctor? Am I wrong to keep the locket?
I'm gonna say no. You're not wrong to keep it.
Thank you, Doctor. That makes me feel much better. I shouldn't let what Terry says bother me so much.
Exactly. Okay, let's go back. Where are we at here? Cleared up high. Oh, I haven't asked about Valentine's Day. Where were you on Valentine's Day?
Actually, I had a hot date. It wasn't anything serious, just some guy I know. But it was a nice date, different to what I'm used to.
Tell me about your date.
I'm not sure about that.
How was it different than what you're used to?
It was very traditional, old-fashioned, you know? Dinner at a nice restaurant. Then we went for a little walk along the pier. Held hands, had a bit of a kiss. Then he called a cab and I went home, alone.
Okay. You went home by cab?
I think it was about 11 when I left Max. I'm sure you could check with the taxi company if you really wanted to. If you think I need an alibi.
Do you think you need an alibi? Okay. Maybe I should check Elin's alibi with the taxi company. Yes, I mean, no reason not to. What were you doing on Valentine's Day?
Actually, I had a hot date. It wasn't anything serious, just some guy I know.
Some guy.
But it was a nice date, different to what I'm used to.
It was just some guy?
His name is Max. He's really sweet, but I don't see a future between us. He's not really my type.
Oh, there's nothing. Oh, there is follow. Okay, tell me about Max.
I've known Max a couple of years, but this is the first time we've been on a date. I don't think he's boyfriend material.
Why isn't he boyfriend material? That just ends?
Actually, I had a hot date. It wasn't anything serious, just some guy I know. But it was a nice date, different to what I'm used to.
Did you have an appointment with Dr. Dekker?
Yes, I had a session with Dr. Dekker on Valentine's Day. 3 o'clock, I think. Just a few hours later, I still can't get over it.
Oh, that's it. Okay, hold on. No, we're not done. We're not done. Was Dr. Dekker more animated on...
Dr. Dekker seemed fine on Valentine's Day.
Oh.
He seemed to be in a good mood. It didn't seem like anything was bothering him.
There is more to that. Did he say why he was in a good mood?
We talked about families, I think. Our mums. I probably spent far too much time talking to Dr. Dekker about my mum.
Tell me about your mum.
My mum's a nightmare.
Oh, alright then.
I said she was into all this new age stuff, right? So she thinks she can tell me what I should be doing all the time because she got a message from her spirit guide that said I'm not eating well, or I'm not getting enough sleep, or I'm not looking after my inner moonbeam or whatever. It drives me nuts. But she's my mum. I love her, so I have to take it.
I thought she was into all the new agey stuff. Is there nothing else to go along with that?
We talked about families, I think.
Oh,
our mums.
Oh, you talking about his? Okay.
I probably spent far too much time talking to Dr.
Dekker. Tell me about Dr. Dekker's mom.
Sounds like Dekker and his mum had a few issues. That's what I liked about Dr. Dekker. It wasn't just him asking me questions and analysing me. He talked about himself as well.
What did he say about himself?
Mainly he talked about being a therapist. He said he had a few patients like me, with special gifts. He said not all of them were as enlightened as me.
Dr. Dekker thinks you're enlightened?
Well, I know what I can do is special. I see it as a good thing. But apparently some of his other patients saw their abilities as a curse. Dr. Dekker hated that. He said he wished they could all be more like me.
There's something else here.
Sounds like Dekker and his mum had a few issues.
Oh, okay. What kind of issues did Dr. Dekker have with his hum?
I'm not sure I should talk about that. Aren't I breaking some reverse patient-therapist confidentiality?
Doesn't work like that. Okay. Well, that did clear that up. I don't have any big lingering questions. Where were you on Valentine's Day? I feel like I got what I needed out of it. I know where she was in the evening. I know where she was during most of the day. I don't know what kind of gifts. Hey, following up on the change your skin thing. I feel like we have the gist of it. I feel good about moving on there. I feel like we have enough information. Cool. We didn't even have to hint that one. Or Claire. Made it through. Okay. Yeah, Bryce was just hard because apparently we needed to read body language. I was not aware of that. So we'll end it there. Hope you guys are still having a good time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.